can't buy. It resides between my eyes. Walked through the fire, came out better on the other side. See, life's like a beach if you find the sand. And right now, I feel like $100,000.
You are listening to Inspired Insider with your host, Dr. Jeremy Wise.
Dr. Jeremy Wise here, founder of InspiredInsider.com, where I talk with inspirational entrepreneurs like the founders of P90X, Atari, many more, and how they overcome big challenges in life and business. This is part of the Prosper Show e-commerce mastery series, where top sellers and experts teach you what really works to boost your e-commerce business. They have an amazing conference with some of the top Amazon sellers and industry leaders. Paul will be there, Sarah Labs will be there, many other people will be there. And our sponsor today is Rise25.com, where a small group of 6, 7, 8-figure entrepreneurs come together live and in person every few months to solve their biggest business challenges and leave with lifelong friendships. Check out Rise25.com. I'm very excited. Today we have Paul Johnson. He's co-founder of Seller Labs with Brandon Checketts. You can check out his interview on Inspired Insider also. They make valuable tools, I've used them, for e-commerce sellers, including Feedback Genius, Snagshout, Scope, and Quantify. In the past 4 years, they've grown to more than 40 staff, and they develop applications for modern e-commerce businesses. And last year, Seller Labs helped their customers transact over $7 billion on Amazon. Paul, thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited.
You know, I want to talk about some software tools and resources you recommend. Obviously, it goes without saying, Feedback Genius, Snagshout, Scope, Quantify. Before we talk about that, though, you were a professional musician.
Yes.
From a young age?
I got my first guitar when I was 15, and
Are you gonna play a Prosper Show for us?
if James lets me, I will bring my Les Paul and
all right.
Stage. No, so yeah, I got my
because
first
that's
guitar.
late to start. No, 16.
Yeah, it was late. 15. Yeah, I was late. Left-handed. I was terrible. Didn't know how to play anything. No one wanted to be in my band.
Like, was this to get girls? What made you start?
I just had a friend that I met like in 9th grade, and he played guitar, and I thought it was really cool. And so then for Christmas one year, my parents were like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "A guitar." And so they gave me a guitar, bought me a left-handed Mexican Strat, and I took a few lessons. I was really terrible. I kind of like left my guitar. I got my driver's license like a few months after that, turned 16. My guitar kind of went on the back burner for a little while. Put it in my trunk, and they got all out of like really bad. Like, had to take it to a guitar shop when I decided to pull it out to get it fixed, get it set up again. And then I really started playing, and between my junior year, I was really like, I want to be a musician, and everyone was
That's
like,
what you wanted to do. Yeah.
People were like, yeah, you're terrible at music. Why are you? This is what everyone told me. And then between my sophomore and senior year in high school, the summer, I just like got a bunch of guitar books, sat down, and just like really learned how to play guitar. I just went to and I took some lessons, and I started playing classical guitar and on all these different things. But I came back to high school, 12th grade, and everyone was like, "Oh, we want to be in your band now. You're really good at guitar." I was like, "I told you." And
did you have a band then?
Yeah, so we had a band, and
the Fighting Geese. What'd you call it?
Yeah, no. The band was called Interview.
I like that. That's good.
Not Interview, but Interview.
Oh, gotcha. I'm like, that's going to be my new theme song for my Inspired Insider.
Yeah. So yeah, but we made money playing, but the real money, like the reason why I can call myself a professional musician, was because I taught guitar lessons. So I went back to the place that I took lessons at, and they were like, "Hey, we need a guitar teacher," and I was like, "Cool, I'll do it." And so, like, my dream for the longest time was to literally open up my own guitar shop and teach guitar lessons. That's what I was going to do for the rest of my life. And then I did that. I actually,
Really?
I was in college.
Well, when you were selling the guitars?
I started the Discount Guitar Warehouse, and then I opened up a retail location, and I taught guitar.
So can any of your songs be found on YouTube or anything?
I don't think so, for good reason. No, like my old band was not that great actually. When I think,
I've had some rappers They happen to be white rappers, but I have definitely found them and clipped them on the back of interviews or put them on the post. So
I might.
is there a way to scour the internet? Like, what was the band called? I mean,
like
it was, how do you spell it though?
INNERV, but you're not going to find that.
I'm not going to find it. Okay.
No,
I'm
I
still
do
gonna
have
look.
I have some CDs of like some
interview.
stuff.
I gotcha. Yeah. Cool. I love that. So talk about some software tools, resources. What else should people be, obviously, checking out Seller Labs suite. What else should they be checking out that you find valuable for software tools?
This is specifically for the Amazon seller.
Yeah. It could be Amazon or e-commerce in general.
Okay. So for sourcing products, I haven't used this extensively, but Import Genius is pretty cool. So Import Genius, you can like you can put in like a competitor or whatever, and it'll like typically, if they haven't obscured stuff too much, you can like actually see the manufacturer,
Wow.
like the actual factory in China that they get their stuff from. So you can be like, you can get a lot of information and find factories and stuff like that. It's fairly expensive. I think it's like $400 or something like that. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. Let's see some other cool tools. So on the side of that,
I ask because you probably hear about everything with what you do and from your sellers.
Yeah. So another thing on the sourcing side, I'm gonna like walk through.
Yeah, go ahead.
But like, still on sourcing.
People love this.
This isn't necessarily like a software that you would buy. It's like it's a website, but it's called Asia Inspection. So if you're getting stuff made in China or whatever, you can go to Asia Inspection, and for like,
how do you spell it? Is Asian Inspection?
Asia Inspection.
Oh, Asia Inspection. Okay.
Yeah, you can go there and get a order an inspection for like $300.
Oh, nice.
And then you can also get like a lab test and all these different things done on your product. So that's pretty cool software. Let's see. Go through. If you're doing multi-channel listing, I'm afraid to like and I'm not going to endorse anything, but I think that Sellbrite is a pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. I haven't used it personally, but I think it seems like if you're trying to sell, they actually have a hookup where you can kind of like hook up your FBA inventory. Oh, there's also Joe Lister actually, which is similar. So if you're trying to like expand to other channels, you can look at some of those things.
Sellbrite or Joe Lister.
Yeah. Okay. And then like if you're just doing orders, obviously Skubana. You've done some stuff with Skubana.
Yeah.
Before they're more.
Chad
expensive.
rocks the mic at Prosper Show.
Yeah, they're more for like bigger customers, I would say.
Yeah.
Typically.
Yeah, Skubana is for bigger type customers.
Bigger type customers for sure. What else? Let's see. So this is something that people probably already know, but just using like Google Keyword Planner and stuff like that is always useful. And then if you're not using accounting software, like everybody should be using QuickBooks Online or maybe Xero. I think we used to use Xero, and then QuickBooks Online got a lot better, and now we use that and we love it.
Why'd you switch?
QuickBooks Online. Okay, so we could probably have a whole podcast about this.
Yeah.
So
because this is the fundamental stuff. I wouldn't glaze over it, right? Like 80/20 stuff is huge, even though people know it. Google Keyword Planner, QuickBooks Online. That's sort of keeping track of everything. So
here's another one: Slack.
Slack, yeah.
Slack. If you have a team, use Slack. I think it's great for communication. Yeah. So Xero used to be a nicer user interface. It was made to be online. It was kind of like online first kind of stuff. Like QuickBooks was like really lagging. It was clunky. It wasn't very good. But as soon as you hire a bookkeeper or an accountant, they all want QuickBooks, like every single one. And QuickBooks Online is actually really good now.
Yeah.
It's actually better.
They've improved it.
Than Xero. So if you're going like, I know it's tempting to use something simpler like a FreshBooks or a Xero or something like that, but if you're going to hire people, a bookkeeper, then I think QuickBooks is really the way to go.
I like QuickBooks Online for a lot of reasons, but one reason is I can talk to a human being. I can actually call up and get a customer service person online. Xero, they have no phone support whatsoever, which sometimes you just want to call someone.
Oh, here's a couple other softwares I was thinking.
Yeah.
If you're doing off Amazon email, you would want to do like, obviously you have your MailChimp, you have your Aweber. GetDrip is actually a pretty cool
Yeah, they were just purchased by Lead Pages.
Yeah, they got purchased by Lead Pages.
Yeah.
So we actually use GetDrip we used to use HubSpot, which is like really expensive.
We'll give Rob Walling a shout out. Or
But I do like GetDrip actually if you're doing any type of email marketing. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Any conferences you like outside of, obviously Prosper Show? What other conferences do you like to check out? Do you go to MicroConf?
No.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
The 3 conferences that I will consider attending this year. So I'm going to Prosper. The other one is Internet Retail, like IRCE. And that one, if you're an Amazon seller, you might not get as much value. They have a pre-conference day, which is they have a workshop for Amazon. It's okay, but I like going there to see like the trends in the e-commerce industry, and then they have like probably the most extensive like vendors.
They're huge. It's like like 700 or 800 exhibitors or something.
Yeah, I think that's like a really good place to go to get your finger on the pulse of everything. Like if you're a small seller and you're bootstrapping, like don't waste your money going to IRCE. Like it's not worth it. But if you have the cash and you want to learn a lot, it's a good place to go.
Yeah.
Another good conference to go to, I'll plug ours. I don't know when we're going to do it, but we did our first conference last year. It's called Resonate.
Where was it?
It was in Atlanta.
Okay.
It was small.
It's a good name. You guys are good at naming things.
We spend a lot of time thinking about it, probably too much.
Why Atlanta?
Well,
because you're local? Or?
Yeah, we just did it. We're in Athens, and that's like we didn't have to fly anybody in. It was like it was funny. Like we charged $300 for the conference, but I should say we're not going to do this next year, but we actually we did like an escape the room event.
What is that?
And it's like this crazy game where like everyone like gets into teams and there's like a bomb you have to defuse and do all this fun stuff. So we did that. It was like an unconference. Jeff did it all.
What do you mean by unconference? Like there weren't really speakers?
We had speakers, but like there was no sponsors. It was really intimate. We made everybody verify. So our goal was to only invite people that were either doing $1 million or more on Amazon or trending towards that. We're going to open it up this year to other people. We're going to have probably tracks, and we might.
When do you usually have it, or when are you going to have it?
I think we're going to do it in May. I'm not sure. We haven't even picked the location yet. We might not do it in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But that one, it's just a different type of conference. Like we used to go to a lot of conferences, and so we know
you've narrowed it, or at least you personally have narrowed it.
It's nice for us. I mean, we took everybody to Brazilian barbecue. I mean, like I said, we might not do it as crazy the next time, but it will be a good.
I want to defuse a bomb. Come on. It
was cool. It's going to be different this year, but it was a cool conference. We didn't make money on it, but it was fun.
Well, you have products that people,
Yeah, right. It was a marketing.
Not everyone has products, like a back end of products.
Right. And so it was funny though, because people we asked for feedback, and everyone was like, we loved it. We want to come again. We're like, what's one thing we can do better? And they're like, sell us your stuff more. They're didn't talk about.
I wonder if you ask them how, what would they say?
I don't know, but they didn't we didn't really talk about our products the whole conference. We just invited all of the experts and
I think I get a sense, it's not like you're jamming down the throat, but I think if it's providing value for people, they want to know how it can help them. I mean, I was obviously interested, not for you just to plug it, but just to learn, okay, you can, this keyword tool, you could use it for the sponsored ads. You can use it for your listings. You know what I mean? Right. So there's ways that they can optimize their sales.
Yeah. I mean, for me, if we were just trying to make money, I actually would have stopped at Feedback Genius, believe it or not,
And
because
the 80-20 rule.
yeah, because like we could have ran Feedback Genius with like 3 people, and it makes a lot of revenue. Like it really does.
Right.
And but the idea is that like I want people to win on Amazon. Like legitimately love seeing businesses do well. And so we are an Amazon think tank. Like we literally like sit around thinking about ways that people can do better on Amazon. And then we come up with an idea and it like has to exist.
Right.
It's like this needs to exist and I need to find a way for people to pay for this so it can like fund it, you know, but like it's
self-funding,
like, it needs to exist. I have to charge for it because it costs me hundreds of thousands of dollars in, you know, engineering resources millions of dollars in engineering resources to build.
Yeah.
But
and you want to sustain it. I want
it to be around for the long term. I want to keep making it better.
Paul, this is awesome. So people should check out sellerlabs.com. I could talk to you all day. I know you have something in like 11 minutes. What's one trend or idea you can give away that someone's not executing on?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's see. Okay, so I was talking to Jeff about this morning. Keep mentioning Jeff. We should bring him on the next one. So I'll talk about product research, actually, that I think people are. I think people look at Amazon kind of myopically, like they. So you'll come in and you'll be like, I want to sell a product on Amazon, or I want to improve my product. And so you go to your product and you look at your product and you look at it in a vacuum, and you say, like, I have a water bottle, and you look at like your water bottle, or you look at like one competitor or something like that. Right. And like, if you really want to understand what you need to do on Amazon, you need to look at the entire category, the entire subcategory on Amazon, like aggregate all of that data into one place and then understand like where that entire category is moving. So for example, let's say that you want to source a product and you decide that this isn't really a trend, it's more of a strategy, but I'm going with it.
Yeah, go with it.
But anyway, you decide that you want to you stumble across I don't know, some trending thing, a tool, a wrench or something like that. And you say, okay, this wrench sells for $30 and I know I can source this thing for $5 from China and it only has 50 reviews and it's selling a lot and it's really good. Well, that's great. But what you might not have realized is like that wrench had like some special brand name on there or something like that was like commanding that high price. And if you actually looked at like the entire subcategory of Amazon, or if you look at like the keywords that are driving sales for that product,
people are using one piece of data and extrapolating it when it's maybe not meant to be extrapolated.
Right. So you need to look at it like a holistic approach. And so the trend is that people are not using data enough, right? I think that they need to get a complete picture of the problem. Whether it's researching your competition or looking at your own business. And I think that it's difficult to do. It's like not an easy thing. And so educate yourself on how to do that. And whatever tools are out there, like whether it's ours or somebody else's, like use that information to make your business better, because you don't want to I've seen a lot of people really shoot themselves in the foot, like from the beginning. Like they go and they find a product and they think, oh man, this one product sells so well, I'm going to sell it. They spend $10,000 ordering inventory in, and they didn't realize that like they don't even have the margin to like dictate it because they didn't look at the rest of the field on what they're doing. They didn't realize that they were looking at this one data point at $14.99 average sales price when really the market commands a $9.99 sales price, and they're going to lose money if they try to sell at that price.
Right.
And so, I think, leveraging the new technologies that are coming out that are like really imploring data is going to be important. I think Amazon is going to get more competitive, but I think that if you use the information wisely, there's still lots of money to be made.
Yeah. Paul, thank you so much. Everyone should check out sellerlabs.com. I want to be the first one. Thank you. We'll see you at Prosper Show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. See you then.
What I got, you can't buy. It resides between my eyes. Walked through the fire, came out better on the other side. See, life's like a beach if you find the sand.